Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. When Taylor Hayes returned to the bold and the beautiful last year, we all knew it was only a matter of time before Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester's relationship crumbled. But B&B spoilers teased Ridge could have a change of heart very soon on the CBS soap, thanks to an unexpected character's return. Here's what's happening next on Bold and Beautiful, spoilers ahead. Comings and goings confirm fan fave Jack Wagner is on his way back to Los Angeles as Nick Marone. Not only is Nick Marone the half-brother of Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, he was also married to both Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig. Bold and Beautiful spoilers say Nick will make his big return on Friday, June 13. According to reports, Brooke's ex is coming back for a hot new storyline and will be sharing scenes with his ex-wife. But how will Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, feel about that? Brooke Logan has been wandering the halls of Forrester Creations without a man on her arm since Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and Carter Walton's Lawrence Street Victor takeover. Ridge felt betrayed by how Brooke handled her daughter's coup, and the relationship was already strained by Taylor's return and medical problems. It wasn't long before Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Missinswood, was able to convince her parents to reunite, and Brooke Logan got left out in the cold. According to B&B spoilers, sparks will fly between Nick and Brooke when he returns, and Ridge will take notice. It was easy for Ridge to dump Brooke when he knew that she was still pining away for him. But all that will change when her ex-husband sees that she is moving on with Nick Marone of all people. Taylor Hayes should be very concerned about her relationship. When Ridge learns Nick and Brooke are together again, his jealousy will be hard to hide. Do you think that Nick and Ridge will battle over Brooke Logan again? Will Taylor realize Ridge is still in love with Brooke and walk out on him? Los Angeles was buzzing with rumors as Ridge Forrester's latest designs at Forrester Creations were hailed as a triumph. But his personal life was on the brink of a dramatic shift. The man known for his creative genius and romantic entanglements was about to face his biggest challenge yet, his own heart. Chapter 1. Ridge's Turmoil. Ridge Forrester sat alone in his office, staring at the sketches on his desk. The elegant lines and graceful curves of the gowns he designed were a testament to his talent. But his mind wasn't on fashion. Instead, it was on Brooke Logan, the woman who had both inspired and haunted him for decades. He thought he'd moved on, found peace with Taylor Hayes. Their marriage had been a symbol of healing, a chance to reclaim the family he'd always wanted. But now, as he traced the lines of his latest sketch, memories of Brooke kept flooding back. Every curve of the dress reminded him of Brooke's laughter, her spirit, the way she'd once lit up his world. Ridge closed his eyes and took a deep breath. Why was he thinking about her now, when he had everything he'd ever wanted? Chapter 2. Brooke's Heartache. Meanwhile, Brooke Logan was at home, surrounded by the quiet luxury of her house. She had thrown herself into work, determined to move forward after the end of her marriage to Ridge. She told herself it was for the best, that they were better off apart. But late at night, when the house was still and the only sound was the ticking of the clock, she couldn't deny the ache in her heart. She missed him. She missed the way he used to look at her, as if she was the only woman in the world. Brooke had tried to convince herself that Ridge was happy with Taylor, that he'd finally found peace, but a part of her wondered if he was thinking about her too. Chapter 3. A Chance Encounter. Fate has a way of bringing people together when they least expect it. Brooke and Ridge ran into each other at Il Giardino one sunny afternoon. Brooke was meeting Hope for lunch, but Hope had to cancel at the last minute. As she waited at the bar, Ridge walked in, looking every bit the dashing designer in his tailored suit. Their eyes met across the room, and for a moment, the world seemed to stop. Ridge hesitated, then walked over, his heart pounding. "Brooke," he said, his voice soft but urgent. "Ridge," she replied, her smile tremulous. "How are you?" "I'm good." "Busy," he said. But the truth was more complicated. They talked for a few minutes, small talk at first, then more personal. Brooke tried to keep her distance, to remind herself that Ridge was married. But the way he looked at her, as if he was seeing her for the first time all over again, made her heart skip a beat. Chapter 4. Taylor's Worries. Back at the Cliff House, Taylor was picking up on Ridge's distraction. She tried to tell herself it was just the pressures of work, but deep down, she knew something had changed. She'd seen the way Ridge looked at Brooke when they were in the same room, the flicker of longing he tried so hard to hide. Taylor was determined not to lose Ridge again. She fought too hard to rebuild their family, to give Steffi and Thomas the stability they'd always needed. But as she watched Ridge staring off into space, she wondered if Brooke Logan was about to shatter everything once more. Chapter 5. A Confession. The next day, Ridge found himself back at Forrester Creations, unable to focus. He picked up his phone and dialed Brooke's number before he could stop himself. "Brooke, can we talk?" he asked, his voice low. "Of course," she said, though her heart was racing. "When?" "Tonight. I need to see you." They met at the beach house, where the crashing waves provided a backdrop to their private turmoil. Ridge paced as he tried to find the words. "I can't stop thinking about you," he said finally. "I thought I was past this, that I'd moved on with Taylor. But seeing you the other day, it brought everything back." Brooke's eyes filled with tears. "Ridge, I don't want to cause any more pain. I know you love Taylor." "I do care about Taylor," he said. "But I don't know if it's the same. With you, it's always been different." She swallowed, her voice trembling. "Ridge, I've never stopped loving you. But I don't want to be the reason your marriage falls apart." Chapter 6. Ridge's Struggle. The next few days were a whirlwind of emotion for Ridge. He tried to throw himself into his work, to bury the feelings that had resurfaced. But everywhere he looked, he saw reminders of Brooke, the soft fabrics she loved, the sparkle of champagne in a glass, the scent of her favorite perfume. Steffi and Thomas noticed their father's distraction. Steffi, fiercely protective of her mother, cornered Ridge in his office. "Dad, are you okay?" she asked. "You seem off." "I'm fine," he lied. Steffi wasn't convinced. "I know you've been seeing Brooke. Mom deserves to know the truth, whatever it is." Ridge didn't have an answer. How could he explain to his daughter that his heart was at war with itself? Chapter 7. Taylor confronts Brooke. Word got back to Taylor that Ridge had been meeting with Brooke. She wasted no time confronting her rival. "Brooke, I know you're seeing Ridge again," Taylor said, her voice tight. "I thought you said you respected our marriage." "I do," Brooke said, her eyes wide. "I never wanted to interfere. But Ridge came to me. He said he still has feelings." Taylor's composure cracked for a moment. "Do you still love him?" "I'll always love him," Brooke admitted. "But I'm not trying to take him away from you." Taylor's eyes narrowed. "You don't have to try, Brooke. You're already doing it just by being in his life." Chapter 8. Ridge's Decision. Ridge knew he couldn't keep running from the truth. One night, he stood alone on the balcony of the Forrester mansion, looking out over the city lights. He thought about all the times he'd chosen Brooke, the way she'd been his muse and his passion. He also thought about Taylor, the woman who had always been there for him, even when he didn't deserve it. She was stability and comfort, everything he told himself he wanted. But was it a no? The next morning, Ridge made his way to Brooke's house. He found her in the garden, surrounded by the roses she loved so much. "Brooke," he said softly, "I've made my decision." Her breath caught. "What is it?" "I can't deny what I feel any longer. I love you, Brooke. I always have. I don't want to live another day pretending that I don't." Tears filled her eyes. "What about Taylor?" "I care about her deeply," Ridge said, his voice breaking. "But my heart, it's always been yours." Chapter 9. A New Beginning. Brooke and Ridge shared a tender kiss in the garden, a promise of a new beginning. But their road back to each other wouldn't be easy. They both knew the pain it would cause, for Taylor, for their families. Later, Ridge went to see Taylor. She was waiting for him, her face pale. "You've made your choice, haven't you?" she said quietly. Ridge nodded, his voice heavy. "I'm so sorry, Taylor. You deserve someone who loves you completely. And I can't give you that." Taylor's eyes shimmered with tears, but she lifted her chin. "I'll always love you, Ridge. But if your heart belongs to Brooke, then I won't stand in the way." Chapter 10. Rebuilding Trust. As Ridge and Brooke cautiously began to rebuild their relationship, they knew it would take time. Brooke was wary of repeating the mistakes of the past. Ridge, for his part, was determined to prove to her that he wouldn't waver again. Hope and Archie were thrilled to see their parents finding their way back to each other. But not everyone was on board. Steffi, in particular, was furious. "You're just going to throw Mom away?" she demanded when Ridge tried to explain. "I'm not throwing her away," Ridge said, his voice pained. "But I have to be honest with myself. With all of you." Steffi shook her head. "You're going to hurt so many people, Dad. I hope you're ready for that." Chapter 11. A Family Divided. The Forrester family was divided by Ridge's choice. Eric, always the patriarch, urged Ridge to be true to his heart, but warned him that he couldn't keep bouncing back and forth between the two women. "You need to make this work, Ridge," Eric said. "For everyone's sake." Thomas was more understanding, though he worried about what it meant for his mother. "Just promise me you'll be there for Mom," he told Ridge. "She's been through enough." "I will," Ridge promised. "I'll always be there for her. But I have to follow my heart." Chapter 12. A Hopeful Future. In the weeks that followed, Brooke and Ridge took things slowly. They shared quiet dinners, long walks on the beach, and countless conversations about what they wanted their future to look like. Brooke was cautious, afraid that Ridge would once again be torn between her and Taylor. But every time she looked in his eyes, she saw the same fierce devotion she'd fallen in love with all those years ago. As the sun set over the Pacific, Ridge took her hand in his. "I don't know what the future holds," he said softly. "But I know this: I love you, Brooke Logan, and I'm done running from it." Brooke smiled, tears of happiness in her eyes. "I love you too, Ridge. Always." Final thoughts. This bold move by Ridge is bound to set off fireworks across the bold and the beautiful canvas. Will he and Brooke finally find the happiness they've always longed for, or will the ghosts of their past come back to haunt them? One thing's for sure, the drama is far from over in the world of fashion, family, and heartbreak. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Boldy and BAU2FUL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.